Hey friends, this is Atif. Hope you're well and welcome to the Nipet on Bitcoin. The global markets just went into chaos after a shocking announcement by Donald Trump, the 100% tariff hike on Chinese exports and fresh restrictions on software exports. And within hours of that news, the price of Bitcoin plunged nearly 8%, crashing below $105,000. By the way, after hitting around $126,000, that is all-time high of Bitcoin, for the past almost 4 or 5 days, it was dropping down. And in recent hours, we have seen a very fast recovery. It bounced back to around $115,000. Right now, it is moving somewhere between $112,000 to $113,000. So what exactly happened behind the scenes? In this video, I am breaking down the real reason behind Bitcoin's sudden crash, the massive liquidation storm that followed, and how the US-China trade war could shape Bitcoin's next major move. And by the way, I'll be using verified updates from major outlets, especially from Reuters, CoinDesk, and the Economic Times. According to Reuters, price of Bitcoin fell around $105,000 after Donald Trump announced a 100% tariff increase on Chinese exports and added new restrictions on software trade. And by the way, this wasn't the crypto event. In fact, it was a global economic shock. Stock markets across the US and Asia dropped instantly, and dollar also surged, by the way. And investors rushed out riskier assets like Bitcoin. In short, Bitcoin didn't crash because of crypto weakness. It fell because of geopolitical panic and global risk aversion. Once Bitcoin dropped below $110,000, things spiraled fast. CoinDesk confirmed that over 16 billion worth of long positions were liquidated across the crypto market. And that is, by the way, one of the biggest liquidation events in the recent memory. The Economic Times also reported that nearly 3.3 billion in Bitcoin trades were liquidated in just 1 hour as stop-loss triggers cascaded across the major exchanges. And by the way, this chain reaction was classic leverage unwinding, and too many over-leveraged traders got stuck in the storm. But just hours later, Bitcoin started to recover rapidly, climbing back above $115,000. And by the way, there were strong buying orders appeared between $105,000 to $107,000. And this is the place exactly where the long-term support zones were sitting. By the way, this rebound shows that institutional and long-term holders were quick to step in, and they have treated the dip as a buying opportunity, not a crash to fear. And it's a signal that while weekends got shaken out, the underlying demand for Bitcoin remains powerful. Now, to put things in context, Bitcoin correction came just days after record inflows into crypto ETFs. Reuters reported that global crypto ETFs attracted a record 5.95 billion in the first week of October. And by the way, with Bitcoin dominating those inflows. And during that same period, the price of Bitcoin reached its all-time high that was around $126,000, surpassing Amazon to become the 7th most valuable asset in the world. The big reason for this crash was the market was already overheated and optimism was sky high. And when the Trump tariff bombshell hit, it was the perfect spark for a correction. But before we move on to the charts, we need to keep in mind that there can be 4 major reasons or factors that could shape the Bitcoin price from here. Number 1 is trade war developments. If Trump doubles down, then market could stay volatile. And in this situation, any de-escalation could spark a strong rebound. At number 2, we have ETF flows, and continued institutional buying could support Bitcoin above $105,000, or even it can take the price above $115,000 as well. At number 3, we have stock market trends. If global equities recover, then risk-on sentiment could lift BTC again. At 4th, we have Federal Reserve outlook. And in this part, any hint of rate cuts or liquidity easing would reignite the bull cycle. So in short, this wasn't a crypto failure. In fact, it was a macro reset, shaking out leverage while leaving long-term fundamentals intact. Now we are on the live 7 days time frame chart, and I was telling you that at the end of this video, I will show you my price analysis as well. Right now, you can see that after getting rejected by this resistance that we have recently found after the all-time high that was as per Bitstamp exchange was $126,272. By the way, Previously, we have been following this falling wedge pattern as well that I've been showing you back in 2022. And I was telling you that once Bitcoin will be able to break out this wedge, then our technical target will be here at the top of the wedge. That will be around $70,000. And you can see that the price line first found a resistance line here from $69,000 to $74,000. And after several weeks or months, we broke it out and almost retested this resistance on as a support zone, then price and geared up. Here we have a very, very long-term uptrend line support as well. That is working as a Bitcoin bull run structure as well. And we are also having still this support of EMA 21, the exponential moving average 21. You can see that right now the price is moving at this support. So it is possible that after testing this EMA 21, the price then may move up and try to break out this highest resistance. By the way, here we have a very, very strong key support zone that starts from $106,000 and goes to $100,000. Previously, for several weeks a month, it has been acting as a support, a resistance zone, and now it is acting as a support zone here and support zone here. But another resistance that we have recently found is this one. And you can see that the price, the movement of the price is getting squeezed. And this is the formation of a rising wedge pattern. And for example, if the price line breaks down the support of the rising wedge pattern, by the way, here we have a very, very strong support. That was also the recent swing low point in the month of August 2024. That was previously acting as a resistance here, and again act as a support here in the month of August 2024. Therefore, in case of breaking it down, there can be a probability that we may test this support that will be around $50,000. However, in case of breaking out this rising wedge pattern, we can expect another very, very massive rally. And in case of breaking it out, for example, if we take a conservative target from here, as per this measurement, that will be somewhere around $305,000. So this was the update so far. I hope that you'll like the analysis. Then do hit the like and do subscribe to the channel as well. And for more trading signals, you can also join me and support me as a YouTube member or as a Patreon member, because there I'm sharing different trading signals for you. And you can find a link to join me there in the video's description I've shared. Take care. Goodbye.